Hi everybody, this is Jose Duarte. I'm the chef owner of Taranta Restaurant, and today I'm going to show you how to make this wonderful calabaza squash soup with some extra virgin olive oil and crispy amaretto cookies. We'll guide you through a step-by-step process on how to make the soup. It's a very simple soup, very nice for the holidays as well. The first thing we need is the calabaza. Calabaza is also known as the Latin pumpkin, and we have several ones that we bought this morning in the market. These particular ones come from Dominican Republic. We also get some of them from Costa Rica and Panama. And the beauty about this product is that you can also find it most of year round as well. And if you see, I mean, we cut one in here, one of them already in half. You can see the color. It's a nice bright orange, and the flavor of this calabaza is a little sweeter than our pumpkin. We eat this a lot in soups. In South America, we make purees with it. We mix it with corn. We make different dishes. Central America, they also prepare as a dessert. They eat it sweet. I know people from Afghanistan also eat it with honey and make it very sweet as well. First thing I will do today is I'm going to cut the calabaza in half. I'm just going to go with a knife, and pretty hard skin out, so you have to be very careful. Make sure you use a sharp knife as well with heavy set. And then this is what we have, a nice, see the colors are very nice as well. It's almost like an orange, yellowish with a hint of green as well. And the smell of this is very fruital. It's almost like a, I will say, like a watermelon, believe it or not. It has that watermelon smell, watermelon smell. Perhaps it's family of it. I mean, now that I'm thinking, the way it looks, you know, it's probably a family of the watermelon. So we'll take one of the halves, we'll put this on the side, and then we'll take the inside, all these pieces of the seeds, these little hairs that it has. We can actually take a spoon. And then I've seen this with much more seeds than just this. And you can actually use those seeds, you can toast it in the oven, treat them like pumpkin seeds, pan roasted or oven roasted with a little bit of salt. You can put some cinnamon if you like, some nutmeg on it, and it will make a nice garnish for your soup as well, or just a normal snack to have every day. So once we take all these parts from the inside, we'll go ahead and we need to peel it off. Since the calabaza has some uneven parts, you know, we might not be very close to the skin side, so I will try to peel it off as close as I can using the knife. Going side to side. You can try this at home, it's not a problem. And just take the pieces, sort of the skin out. Okay. So this skin part is also edible. You can roast it as a whole, and you can, if it's crispy, you can eat it as well. So once you have these pieces of the calabaza, what you're going to do is you're going to cut it into smaller pieces. So they're almost even pieces when you cut them. Okay, so continuing with our soup, we take a small pot and a small pan here, and we're going to use some olive oil. In this case, we're using a little bit of extra virgin. Get a towel so I don't burn my hand, it's important. Put some garlic in there. I don't know if you can see it, but we're going to roast a little bit of garlic in the pot container. You can see it there. And then we'll put some caramelized onions as well. We previously caramelized some onions, and we want to create this rich base for our soup with a little bit of roasted garlic And then we'll take some sage. Sage is very profound. I like it with the calabaza squash, so we're going to take perhaps about 5 or 6 leaves of sage, and we're going to pan roast it in there for a little while until it gets totally golden brown. You start getting all the aroma of the sage out of the container. Sage has some essential oils as well, so as we apply temperature, they're going to be released into the mixture. So you're going to provoke that to have a very profound, as I said before, aroma and flavor as well that matches very well with our soup. So we let it cook for a little while until our sage is almost golden brown. We can take some oil and we can make some infused, sage infused oil, but we can take some of this sage. We can do it with butter as well, with clarified butter. Sage leaves, and then we want to make it crispy so we can garnish our soup with some crispy sage leaves as well. Put it inside of that. Okay, so this is almost done right here. So I'm going to add some of these pieces of the, we're going to do one batch, so we're going to reserve some for later. And then you can twist it a little bit. Then we'll add some chicken stock. You can add a proportion of chicken stock and water. In this case, we want to make the soup be a little richer. So we're going to add some chicken stock. Until you cover all the contents of the pot, like that. Okay? And then you let it cook until the calabaza is tender inside. You can use a fork. Oops, this is almost ready. You can take those crispy sage leaves out. And then I'm going to actually use that oil. Ooh. Never do that at home. Okay, so you waited about 25 minutes, we boiled it, and now we can test our pumpkin. It's actually, I want to take one piece in there, I can show you that the fork goes in without a problem. So that means that the pumpkin is, the calabaza is already cooked. So we'll take it, we'll remove it from the fire. This is what you have. The chicken stock and all the juices are mixed in there as well. We haven't put any salt and pepper yet. We can do it now. We can do it after a little while. We're going to add a little bit of heavy cream, but the first thing we're going to do is we're going to actually, right there, we're going to use the burn mixer. In the restaurant we use a bigger one, and we're going to mix all the squash in here. See how the color changes? All the sage is mixing, olive oil is mixing, with all the flavors in there. All right, let's taste this and see what flavor we got from that calabaza. Obviously, we have no salt in here, so I'm going to take a little piece of it. You see the consistency and the color is very nice. Of course, it needs some salt. We're going to go ahead and put some salt to taste. This is some kosher salt. We'll put some pepper as well. Use salt and pepper to taste. Let's turn it around a little bit more and see. Just I'm going to go ahead and taste again. Much better, but still needs a little bit more salt. So I'm going to put a little bit more salt in it, and they should be fine. Now, this as is really, really good. I mean, you can serve it as soup without any dairy in it, and it will be a nice natural soup. If you want to increase the richness of it, we put some heavy cream in it. heavy cream and light cream. In this case, we have some heavy cream. And then we'll mix it up. We'll also change the color a little bit towards a lighter yellowish. And to serve, we just take a little, about this amount, and we put on the plate, perhaps a little bit more. Look at that color, beautiful color. We take some extra virgin olive oil, and then we use some of this crispy amaretto cookies. Amaretto is a liqueur made of almond. And we put some of these sweet cookies in there. And then we use our crispy sage to sort of garnish in there. And then you have beautiful calabaza squash soup.